Yo, so the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor podcast.
Why don't we get into talking about what we like to do around here,
Oh, yeah.
It's that time to talk about Bachelorette on our show! Yes, but before we get talking about Bachelorette finale, YouTube, I'm going to need you to go ahead and subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop new Bachelorette content or Bachelor content just like this. And if you just did, oh man, I just need to tell you, here's a big, huge shout out to you. Woo-wee, air horns for you. We've been getting a lot of new subscribers, so shout out to all you guys hitting that subscribe button, getting a lot of thumbs up, and then we're also starting to get a lot of comments. So we got to shout out our people that are leaving comments because we can, and we do that here.
We can,
You're
and
special.
we will.
You're special to us. So special shout out to Chelsea Allen. Special shout out to our girl Kathleen. Got to shout out Kathleen.
Kathleen is our consistent commenter.
Yo, you got to. And then Marty, of course. She's always supporting.
Your mom, yeah.
And then also Maureen Blake, another frequenter. So yeah, keep it going, guys. Leave us a comment. Shout out to our comment crew. You guys are the best, and we're just gonna keep it rolling with Bachelor in Paradise and the new Bachelor season that'll come up and stuff. But hang with us. We really appreciate the fam. So V, why don't we talk about week 11, part 2 of the finale? It's the finale. We were talking about in the intro how dramatic it was. You were saying it was drawn out. Where do we start?
So this finale was segmented into, I would say, 3 main parts. We get to go through pretty much all of Rachel's story, then all of Gabby's story, and then, more just generalized live elements and, promoting the new Bachelor. So we start with Rachel, which, during all of this, they have the live audience, and they're showing the girls come in, and they are showing the live view of them, as well as like the live view of some Bachelor Nation faves like Caitlin Bristow, Michelle Young, Becca Kufrin, and then Sean Lowe and his wife, whose
what
name
they
I
like
forget.
to call royalty.
Royalty. They're like one of the OG, like long-standing couples. But Rachel's first. Both of these girls are down to only having one dude each, and they're gushing before going into their final rose ceremony proposal day, being all like, "We're with the men of our dreams, our dreams." And you could just tell, like their little real time thing. They're both like,
They're like, oh man. Yeah.
But mostly Rachel. But so we get to see Rachel first. I like how for both of the women, we don't really have to see the bullshit of like the men being approached by Neil Lane and seeing the rings and all of that. But I will say, I feel like they both picked some tasteful, classy, simplistic rings, both Tino and Erich. But that's an aside. Tino, has his ring ready to rock and roll. He comes up, he proposes. He kind of does like a fake out proposal situation, which should have been red flag numero a bajillion at that point for him.
Totally.
But so he proposes. She's shaking. She's so happy. She got what she wanted, a proposal. And he seems honestly just pretty deadpan as he's all like, yeah, I did propose. Like, there's like no fanfare. But they're whatever. They're happy, excited, whatever. And then we go back to the live event. And we all just know that has aged poorly. And Jesse's like, yeah, what the heck happened?
Yeah, I mean, it was very interesting. This whole like picture-in-picture cam like on their face. Well, yeah. I don't know if I like it. It makes me very uncomfortable. Like,
it's just too much, and you could tell that like they're trying to hold their as best as they can. But like Rachel couldn't hide it. You could tell
the whole thing felt very Hunger Games. Like I don't know what to say. Like it felt like we're sitting out here and they're just being like served up to just go into fight and stuff. And I'm just like, no, I can't watch this.
Like with the like drum or like the cannon or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jesse's like, what happened? And Rachel pretty much is like, well, he cheated on me. We were having a tough time pretty much since the proposal, since that all went down. As then, because, this is filmed and whatever months prior to it being released. And I guess like when it was coming down to them for it being released, that's when stuff was starting to bubble up. Tina wasn't loving having to watch her other journeys and like whatever, which like, okay. And then I guess they were having like a hard time in general. And so he ends up cheating on her and kissing some girl that I guess he had flirted with prior to going on the show. And they kind of do like a double breakup situation where we first get to see them at some undisclosed location, some sort of, I don't know if this is like some sort of like, I don't know, Bachelor safe house or whose house it is, because it's too well put together for it to be like somebody's real house that they live in, unless like they purposely came in and staged it and whatever. But before Tino even gets there, we get to see Gabby come and like be all like, I can't believe this, like fuck this guy, like what the heck, like blah blah blah, like kind of like hype her girl up to be like, you got this, girl. But they obviously don't care about like the narrative continuity or anything, because actively you see her with her ring on her finger as she's consoling Rachel. So we like, it ruins the second half of the show for us. Why even do it this way then? I don't know. That kind of annoyed me.
Yeah.
Like,
so then Tino comes in afterwards and he's looking
rough.
Crazy. Like at first I thought he brought a Bible. Like I thought he was walking in.
Me too. I was like, is this man gonna pray over her being all like, or over himself for being
this
a
was
sin?
definitely
like,
the craziest like part of the show. Like he looked crazy too. Like
he looked crazy.
Disheveled. Like he looked disheveled.
He looked nuts, and he he brings like his journal as I guess that was his receipts, but it did not work. I don't think the way that he thought it was going to work, because like he's trying to refer to incidents or things, singular sentences that Rachel has said, and she's all like, wait a second. wait a second. You're gonna first of all throw this shit in my face and like and she's like, first of all, that's out of context. Second of all, that's not what I said. For different things, he's just like throwing stuff at her, being all like blah blah blah. At this point, he's like almost, it seems like he's trying to make sure that he has like a reason for why he cheated. And Rachel's all like, wait a second. No. You're not going to put this blame on me that I'm the reason you cheated. Like, you made this decision. This is what you did. And like, whatever. And then he was like really trying to get her to fight for him and to fight for them to like stay together. And he's like, well, what do you want from me? And she's like, why aren't you apologizing? He's like, I have said I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. They just kept talking in circles. And he kept getting up and leaving and like pulling his mic off and being all like, I can't let her crucify me like this. She won't make me look bad, which was the whole issue from the jump.
Yeah. I think, it's just really rough. He just wants to handle it off camera, and there's no way. Like, I don't know how they is it contracts? Like, how do they keep these people from just like walking away and just being like, I'm not doing this. I'm not.
Yeah, especially because I guess, when we get to the live portion where they pretty much almost rehash the same shit all over again, Tino and Rachel, they bring up how stuff was cut and how more personal things that they don't want getting out weren't aired.
What do you think that stuff is?
I don't know. I don't know if it has something to do with like their
like,
sex life.
Yeah, does he have a small pee-pee?
Or something like... I don't know.
I'm just joking. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, but maybe it does have some. It seems like it has something to do more personal related to that aspect of it. That like, because Rachel was like low key threatening. Tina was like, if you're gonna keep bringing shit out of context, like, do you want me to bring up stuff that you don't want being brought up?
No. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, I'm like, what could this be? What could she be holding over him at this point? I don't know.
I don't know, but he definitely looks like a bad guy. I don't know why. So
he looks like a bad guy for sure. And I want to know who was the one who drove him away. Was that a producer? Or because it was like some lady who like was the one who drove him there and away.
Yeah, he was
from,
just
like,
so shady on the phone too. He's like, I just had to talk to someone.
I had to talk to someone. Who are you talking to?
He's like, let's go back in. Let's go back in.
And she's like, no, like, what is going on?
Yeah, no, I mean, but these are the things, man. Like, it's like any other, like a lot of dating shows where people just go with their first instinct on someone, and it's not like, I don't know, like it's if you're looking for someone to marry and someone good, you missed out with Zach. You can't force yourself to like someone.
Or Aven, too.
Or Aven, yeah, but you can't force yourself to like someone, I guess. But you know, that's, you can't just get focused. Like it's like when people say like oh, that person's my type, or this person is not my type, or something like that. I always hate when I hear that, because it's like, if you're single right now and you're like got a type, like,
you're doing yourself a disservice. You know, I'm anti-type.
Exactly. So
you can have patterns of things that you like. I'm all about that. Like, I definitely feel like I've dated in different patterns, but I don't think I could ever say I have a type.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just on reality TV dating shows. Like, it's like also just in real life, like people do it to themselves. Like, oh, that's not my type. Like, you really could find someone great if you just went outside your type, maybe sometimes, and like understood like what you really want and need out of a, you know, relationship. But anyways, so yeah, so they bring it back to the stage. Where Tino is then brought, like, I mean,
Tino looks even worse on
I mean,
stage.
It sounds like it was probably in the last week. Like, this is all probably happening. No, I couldn't, because they were showing scenes of her being like, I need to know, like, you know, like a couple weeks ago.
I know. There was definitely stuff that seems like it was not aired. Like, that was in previews that I feel like then wasn't like really aired all the way. But,
yeah, so he comes on stage, which I'm surprised he was there. I guess he has to be. I don't know. Maybe it's money.
I feel like this part got a little, so like they pretty much rehashed the same shit. They're getting nowhere. It's honestly embarrassing all around, and it's just like pretty much bringing, you know, it's like watching a beheading of a criminal.
Yo,
like,
dude, that's what I was saying. It was like Hunger Games.
It's like
something.
a lynching. It's like a lynching at this point. Just being, everyone's like chomping at the pit. Like the rest of the audience is all like, yeah, fuck Tino. Not saying that, but
Yo,
like,
I was actually surprised when he walked out that there's people clapping at all. Like, I feel like they maybe put in claps, because imagine after all that stuff, like he walks out and everyone welcome Tino. People were actually like, boo.
Yeah, people were mad. So
But
like,
somebody
which
was
I think,
clapping. Somebody clapped hard up until the end. I was like, who is these people?
which I think I'm like, yo, like at this point, like we've seen enough. Like we don't need to keep watching them get angry at each other again. And then, you know, as they're sitting there stewing, as they've like pretty much
No. The knife is in Tino right now, and then like Jesse like really twists
Jesse's
it.
all like,
dude, it was sick. It was sick, dude, because like he straight up was like, well, guys, we gotta wrap this up. Well, there was someone that had to come out here and say something, and then it's like, we got Aven. He walks out. Everyone's like,
and the whole crowd. Yeah, the crowd is going wild.
Yeah,
I went wild. Everyone's going wild. Like,
and he's just standing there posing, like, you know, like, yo, like, you know, when like someone, like a guest star walks onto a sitcom or something, and like,
yeah, and
it was
like
exactly like that.
And like you could just see like even Rachel's face, Rachel's whole demeanor changes. Like she's smiling. She's like,
well, this is just like the best scenario when you're about to break up with someone for cheating on you. You got an audience, like you get another hot guy could come back and be like, you know, he has no shame in his game coming back. And she just like, yeah, he's like, you want to get out of here and maybe talk a little bit? And she's like, yes, I would like nothing more.
And then she just hops up and leaves. And I'm all like, I want to know like if they just stayed backstage or what happened.
I mean, they
but
probably
also,
didn't go
why
too far.
Why did they keep Tino on stage that long? That's just rude at that point.
It was,
I'm like,
it was
get
like
this
what
man
you were
outta
saying.
here.
It was a public like beheading, like, you know, straight up.
Yeah.
Like Jesse's like, oh my goodness, like I don't even know what's going.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, I don't know
like,
what's going on here, and they literally are showing Jesse, and there's like a side like profile view of like Tino, like off to like like right here, and he's
Yeah,
just like,
Tino's like,
"What's
can I leave?" You could tell Tino's like, "Let me off the stage." And you could tell there's probably like stage people being all like,
And
"You
he's
gotta
like-
stay there, stay on your mark."
They got him on his chain to the couch, and he's all like, "So Tino, how do you feel?" He's like, "Great, I guess." Like it was
I know
just,
Tino's all like, "Am I good? Can I go?" Like,
I don't know. I think he just wanted Rachel to be done with him. Like I think he was over it. He just like,
yeah, no.
he was just like, whatever. This is the end of it. I can't believe they actually considered him to be the Bachelor at one point. If that's true.
I can't either. I mean, trash all around. I didn't like him from the jump, really. I knew that like he was gonna be Rachel's choice, but you know,
Yeah. So that was rough. I don't know if it was like, they're talking about like mental health and like therapy and all this stuff, and they do that to somebody.
and then they do that. I don't think that's fair. Like, I don't think obviously Tino is.
I was like with my jaw like open. I was like, oh my goodness.
I mean, like Tino's a baby back bitch for sure, and he did some shitty shit. But I don't think that means that then he should be like put up for like fresh meat, and like having to stand on the stage like that. Like, just I don't think that's fair.
That was crazy. So next we get Gabby and Erich, and this was like the most like controlled situation I've ever seen for like damage control as far as everything that's been going on with Erich. They pretty much gloss over the
blackface completely.
No, they don't even gloss over it. They completely ignored it, and I think this is because of they're still together and happy, and she's on Dancing with the Stars. This is like,
but instead they bring up him leading on some chick before going on the show and how he acted like an asshole. I'm like, what's like more asshole behavior? Being racist.
Yeah, they missed an
Ah.
opportunity there for sure. Like to address this, like and especially because like what has happened with like Rachel Kirkconnell and with what's his name?
James.
Not Matt James, but why am I forgetting the old host of the show?
Oh, Chris Harrison.
Oh my gosh, dude! Like that's how. Oh my goodness, Chris Harrison. I really thought about it though. Jesse and Chris Harrison. Like Jesse really is like filling in, like making me forget Chris Harrison.
Look at you, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, he gets through it. Gabby has his back. Apparently, he told her about all of that before it came out. Whether that's true or not, we will never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they don't talk about the blackface incident, and they look to be just moving on and to be happy.
They look to be happy. They had a very, run of the mill proposal after, because like
What was with those birds though?
Okay, why do they keep fucking up with the sound at these proposals? It was like so loud with the water for, Tino and Rachel's. It was so loud last season. It's been loud for like the last 3 seasons.
No, but the birds were like, it almost seemed like they had like humans.
Like they had like a mic up to a bird, like the like whoever. The gaffer's all like, hang up. Like, what's going on?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was pretty uninteresting. Like, I don't know. I was there for the Rachel drama, but the Gabby drama really didn't hit for me.
It wasn't. Yeah, way. I was like, boo, tomato. Like, hold him accountable for his racist actions.
Yeah, nothing.
Like, come on.
So then we get the announcement of our new Bachelor, right?
Which is who we thought it would be, but doesn't make it really any better that it's the most white bread.
Yeah,
another white bread.
I'm not too concerned about that. I think you'll be a good Bachelor. I mean, I just kind of want to see an authentic person. Like, I don't. Like,
he's authentic for sure. He's genuine. He's a nice guy. I just feel like I don't know what the interest is going to be. Like, I don't know if like
I don't know the interest is there, but I think it'll be interesting to see like how because like. If you get a wild lead, you get like wild cast members. This guy, hopefully Zach will kind of be like, you could already tell by the way he was talking. He's like, just be yourself. Like, I don't want to see like all the dramatics and all this stuff. Like, I think he was like really about that. So, and then he reminded me a lot of what's his name, Sean.
Sean Lowe?
Sean Lowe. Like they seem like very similar, and
They seem like they would vibe. Yeah, they should be buddies.
I think we're gonna see some Sean Lowe on his season, giving him advice and stuff, because it just seems like that's a match made right there. Then they surprise us by bringing out 5 women that are gonna be on a season.
I swear they must have just taken the first 5 from the alphabetical list because they were literally, their names were in alphabetical order. It was 3 B named girls in alphabetical order, and then like 2 C named girls in alphabetical order. I'm like, did they just like be like, all right, call these first 5 names? Like what? How did they choose? I don't know.
I mean, so they allow, this is the first time they do like America's first impression rose, where we get to pick and text in who is the first.
Yeah, we get to pick.
Regardless, though, it went to the right person. That Brianna girl. It
went to Brianna, the only black girl.
Fine. Oh, my goodness.
She was hot.
She is so hot.
You could tell, I mean, yeah, come on. Like, that had to be at least a little bit of, like, this is our, like, bone for the whole blackface bit. We're going to let the black girl win. She's the only black girl.
Maybe, but I mean,
I want to believe that America wanted her and she was the best one because I like her the best, but that doesn't mean. Yeah, I don't know.
I see what you're saying,
think, like,
but
slimy producers.
Regardless, though, she was the best. She was the best. I was like, holy cow, that girl is beautiful. I love, like, her taking the selfie on the Polaroid.
Yeah, that was cute. It looked like a cute, actually, little photo too.
It all worked out. Like, she put it on his pocket. They didn't get to see it because it was still like developing, and then they pull it out when she wins. I don't know. I'm going to be. I'm a huge Brianna fan already. I think
I'm a huge Brianna fan.
Yo, I am all
team Brianna.
I'm all team Bree. I just want to see her go all the way. That's all I could say. She was my favorite part of the whole finale. Actually, I was like, oh my goodness. Damn. Yeah, she made a lasting impression on your boy.
For real, obviously.
Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. How'd you think Zach did with limo entrances? They set up the whole studio to make it look like the front of the mansion.
I think he did the best he could. It was.
Oh my God, Jesse like really messed with him by asking him like, all right, now do you remember their names? So
I know, which Jesse, that's like honestly a self-diss because I know there's like been things where like Jesse forgot people's names. Like that was like on his season.
That was so rough. And even like, how do you mess up the one that gave you the name, like the rhyme and stuff? Like on the Daily, remember Bailey? On the Daily. I was like, come on, man. But he was just nervous, It was interesting to watch.
I was just like, why? This is nothing new. I just didn't want, like, I'm over the, like, and we're starting your journey now. Like, I'm just over it.
What do you think about the advice from the old bachelorettes? Like, were you looking for the shade in between the lines?
I think, yeah, which I think it was funny because those are all bachelorettes that are no longer with their winners.
Yeah. But they're all like, specifically like Becca had to deal with like the racist stuff. Like,
right.
Michelle had to deal with like another girl or something like that. Caitlyn just had to deal with 2 bachelorettes. It was an interesting mix. And
I think that was purposeful that they had those 3, but
yeah,
But
it was good to see Caitlyn back. In the mix with everything. And that's kind of where it leaves us with, and they gave us a little look at Bachelor in Paradise. Nothing too crazy that we haven't seen before.
No, nothing that we haven't seen before. We could just tell that they're going to do something that I think is like mostly done in Love Island, where they bring on like a whole new set of girls to replace and to test the relationships of the, current situation. So
yeah, I think that's interesting because, maybe it's a flip on the fact, like, instead of bringing people down all the way to the end, because that I feel like never really works. Like people have already developed their relationships, so they got to take all the people out and bring new people like in to kind of test it, like to be like, which is interesting. I can't wait to see if that actually goes down. So yeah, there we go. We made it, guys. We did it. We made it through.
We made it through.
Goodness. I honestly didn't think it would ever end.
I know. I really think we could have just done one singular finale, but that's me. That's just me.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just have to wait for Bachelor in Paradise to come back. Anything really out of Bachelor Nation?
Not really, except it just makes sense now. There was seen a lot of Gabby and Rachel's guys from their season were all out in Nashville partying this past weekend, and they were seen partying at like a club or bar or whatever in Nashville with a sign, with the bottle girl holding a sign that said "Fuck Tino," and it all makes sense now.
I wonder if they were just joking though, like playfully. All right, guys. Well, that's what we got for Bachelorette. We'll see you with Bachelor in Paradise. Is that next week?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, we'll be back with that. Thank you guys. Make sure leave in the comments. What do you think? Did you think it was fair for Tino to be left out to dry like that? Do you think Aven and Rachel are going to be something? You gotta let me know. Do you think like Zach is gonna make for a good Bachelor? Do you like Brianna as much as I do? Because
I doubt it.
I don't care what you think, actually. Let us know in the comments below. So, yeah, that's what we got. We'll see you at Bachelor in Paradise.
Future Bachelor Podcast.